Hello. So today we are going to talk about a very important low-level design question, which is a parking lot. So this is a question which is being asked very frequently in majority of the interviews, especially beginners. If you're a beginner, you should definitely uh, practice this question once. So firstly, I'll start with the functional requirement. So for this parking lot question, these are the list of function requirement. That is, first we should be able to park the vehicle to a parking lot, and then should be able to unpark it based on the ticket ID. And now this is something which is optional based on the interviewer, whether they want to support multiple flows or not. It depends like how lengthy the interview is, and multiple parking spots. So within your parking floor, you can have multiple parking spots, and these spots could be of different type that allow different vehicles to be parked, like it could be a bike, car, or a truck, right? And then you need to think of different strategies to park a vehicle, and here we should think of strategy design pattern, which basically follows the solid principle, one of the solid principles, which is open for extension and close for modification, right? And then there should be an option, like whenever a person he exits, right, he should be, the system should be able to provide the parking ticket, or should be, and then there's a parking fee calculation, which is again going to be a strategy design pattern to make sure uh, it follows the solid principle, right? And show the parking availability, like whether the parking spots are available or not, right? So these are some of the function requirement, and let's start with the flow diagram, which would make more sense. Yeah, so this is the UML diagram for the parking lot system design. So if you see, this is going to be a main class, which is a parking lot manager, and then within my parking lot, I'll have a parking lot, which is nothing but a list of floors. So within my parking lot, I can have different floors, right? And then as we had discussed, right, we need to have strategy, like uh, what strategy do I want to follow for parking. So these are the different strategies that we can follow. But keep in mind that when you are in an interview, the interview would be like maybe 45 minutes, and then you have last 15 minutes as Q&A, right? So you have to make sure that you don't end up uh, wasting your time like discussing all the strategy. Just make sure you just mention the fact that we are going to use a strategy design pattern. Just uh, explain any one strategy. For example, like here I'll just use a simple strategy. Like usually in my interview, I use a simple strategy pattern where I just iterate and find the slot which is available, right, based on the vehicle type. And then you have a fee strategy, which is again going to use a strategy pattern where it is going to calculate the fees based on the ticket. Now here again you can have different strategy patterns. Usually what strategy pattern I follow is based on the time stamp, like what time it was parked and at what time it is exiting. So the time stamp, the time difference multiply the vehicle type, right? That is one simple strategy that I usually follow in the interview. And then you can have definitely have different strategies as well. But again, just keep in mind when you're in an interview, you have to make sure you have a limited time, and you cannot waste your time, right? Just discussing about this component. And after that, you have active tickets. Your parking lot manager should have an option to manage your tickets, right? Which is going to be a map where key is a ticket ID, and value is going to be your ticket object. So what all, let's go to each of these entities one by one. So parking lot again, here we are going to follow different flows. So it's going to be a list of parking flows, and within my parking floor. Like parking floor is nothing but my floor number and the map of different spots that I have. And here I should give an option to find the available spots and based on the vehicle type, and also I should give an option to add a spot. And what is a parking spot? Again, it has a unique identifier, and then spot size. What is a vehicle size? It uh, like there could be multiple vehicle sizes, right? If you see, it could be small, medium, large, or maybe we can think of two-wheelers, four-wheelers, and heavy vehicles, right? These are different vehicle sizes that we can support. And here we are going to keep a boolean to tell what is the current state of the parking spot. Is it occupied or not? And parked vehicle is going to tell what object is being parked, what vehicle is being parked on this parking spot. And these are the different methods that we can have. CanFit will tell whether the given vehicle uh, could fit within my parking spot or not. So I mean, it's a going to be a very simple algorithm. Just you need to make sure, like if a vehicle type is small, it can only fit in small. If it's a medium, sorry, if it's a small, it can fit in all these three. If it is a medium, it can fit on in only a medium and large. So the this is going to be the gist. I mean, this is going to be the basic algorithm. It's a basic algorithm. And then you have park vehicle, where you'll give the vehicle and then it will check whether it can fit. If it can fit, you just will park it. Also, you need to make sure it's not occupied, right? And which is nothing but is available basic check if it is occupied or not. And when you talk about vehicle is nothing but your license number is a unique identifier, or if not license number, you can use the vehicle number. That can also be used as an identifier, and then a vehicle size. Whether it's a car, sorry, this is a vehicle size, and these are different. It's an abstract class, right? So these are different uh, child classes of vehicle type. Now coming to the parking strategy, fee strategy, I think this is something which we have already discussed. These are different strategies that you're following. And when you are in interview, just make sure you don't end up wasting your time discussing about all these kind of different strategies. Just consider any one strategy and mention that it follows the solid principle and extensible. Like you can add new strategies without making any modification in the existing class. The advantage that we are getting with strategy design pattern, right? And within my active tickets, it's nothing but it's going to have a ticket ID, map of string comma parking ticket. String key is going to my ticket ID and value is going to my the parking ticket object. And here if you see, I'm just maintaining the vehicle entry time and exit time. The reason I need this is, as I told you, right, within my fee strategy, I'll need to calculate the rate. Like the difference would tell me what was the duration the vehicle was parked within that spot, and then I'll use a some static multiplier like based on the size of the vehicle. So these are the different entities or objects that we have within a parking lot manager, and these are the different methods that we are going to follow. Park vehicle, again, we'll just give the vehicle and it will uh, we find the nearest, maybe iteratively I'll just find. You'll use the strategy pattern and I'll use the parking strategy and find the spot and park the vehicle. If the it doesn't exist, I'll just throw some exception or maybe yeah, some exception, random exception I can throw. Unparked vehicle would again, I'll just unpark that given vehicle and I'll just take the ticket ID and from my ticket ID I'll find a spot and that spot I'll just unpark the vehicle from here. So this is going to be the flow. After that, we have a set parking strategy and set fee strategy, which is simple. Like when we create the parking lot manager, we will in the beginning set what strategy that we're going to follow uh, going forward. So this is the overall UML diagram, and just try to go through it one. Uh, it's a bit simple. It's a easy question, I would say. So yeah, also try to implement it once using any language of your choice. Yeah.